Animated films don't get the justice they deserve when it comes to the Academy Awards. Most times, animated movies are part of the most original, memorable, and well-told stories of the entire year, yet they are overlooked in the Best Picture category. Instead, Oscar created a standalone category, Best Animated Picture, further segregating them. But why is this so? And will an animated film ever take home Oscar's highest honor? The Best Picture award is regarded as the most prestigious of the several Academy Awards. First presented in 1927 to Wings, it was initially known as the Academy Award for Outstanding Picture, and underwent various name changes. As with every other award, getting this one comes with some eligibility requirements that are designed to encourage equitable representation on and off screen. But out of the hundreds of animated films that exist, only 3 have ever gotten a nomination for Best Picture. Beauty and the Beast broke ground as the first ever animated nominee for the Best Picture Oscar in 1992.
This year, the nominees for original song are
from Beauty and the Beast, music by Alan Menken, lyric by Howard Ashman.
But only 2 films has achieved such a feat since. 2009's Up and Toy Story 3 were the Best Picture Oscar nominees of their respective years. However, such recognition only came after the Academy expanded its Best Picture category from 5 nominees up to 10. This was a concerted effort to include more popular films in the Oscars due to waning audience interest after the Best Picture snubs of The Dark Knight and WALL-E. So why is this the case? Or did the animated movies fall short of the Best Picture eligibility criteria? One of the eligibility criteria is a great theme and narrative. Based on the emotional aspect, the emotions of the animated characters in films like WALL-E and Up, and the way these emotions make the audience feel, are just as real and meaningful as those of actors in live-action films. The emotional pain that comes with the death of Mufasa, the joy when Marlin finally finds Nemo, or the love between WALL-E and Eve is just as poignant as anything else you're going to see on the silver screen. A director who can elicit these emotions from audiences by using these creatures instead of people even deserves more credit. This shows the great length the director went to get the viewer to look beyond the character to connect with and associate with emotions that are familiar even if the character is not. For this reason, it's clear it's not strictly the use of animation and not live action that has kept animated films from winning Best Picture. That said, the tendency for most people to view animated films as simply kids' movies is one of the major aspects holding this genre back. Sure, animated films often cover adult themes such as death, love, and violence to some extent, and they usually aim to appeal to both kids and their parents in some way. However, they rarely explore mature topics like the Holocaust, war, or any sort of interaction or theme that is solely adult in nature. And historically, these PG-13 or R-rated topics are typical Oscar bait that wins Best Picture. In fact, no PG-rated film has won Best Picture since Driving Miss Daisy in 1989, and the only G-rated film ever to win was Oliver in 1968. Yet, while there are adult animated films out there, they still have yet to make much noise at the Oscars because they're still viewed as for kids. The notion that animation is solely for children is an outdated and inaccurate stereotype. Many iconic films such as Akira, Persepolis, and Grave of the Fireflies cater to mature audiences and tackle complex themes. Some Oscar nominees from the past, like Loving Vincent, Anomalisa, and I Lost My Body, are also geared toward adult viewers. It's a misconception that adults only watch animated films to appease their children. In reality, animated movies offer something for everyone, featuring breathtaking visuals and impactful storytelling that resonates across age groups. Take Encanto, for example, which explores generational trauma and its effect on families, a theme that resonates with people of all ages. The Mitchells vs. the Machines is another excellent example of an animated film that transcends age boundaries. By exploring themes of family, love, and acceptance, it speaks to audiences of all ages. Its innovative animation style, blending traditional and digital techniques, sets a new standard for creativity in the medium. Moreover, the film's representation of a queer lead character, Katie Mitchell, marks a significant milestone in LGBTQ representation in the media, making it a landmark achievement that resonates with people from all walks of life. Like Encanto, Turning Red looks at generational trauma and offers a relatable and moving look at family life. Its discussions of puberty and periods are also groundbreaking, paving the way for a new kind of coming-of-age film. This goes on to say that even if Pixar decided to go out of the box and create an adult animated movie that managed to still incorporate the creativity and originality of their kid flicks, it wouldn't win Best Picture. The main issue at hand is that animated movies, just like foreign language films and documentaries, have their own category. When the Academy decided in 2001 to introduce the Best Animated Feature, it made it unlikely for animated films to win Best Picture. Even if an animated film were to be universally acclaimed by almost every critic, as many of Pixar's films have been, it would be deemed enough if it won Best Animated Feature, because that is the top award for that genre. As a result, Academy members are going to continue to choose live-action films over animated films for Best Picture, since the former don't have another category to compete in, whereas the latter do. Another reason is probably the profitability of both films. The profitability of a live-action film versus an animated film lies in their marketability and merchandising potential. Live-action films feature real actors, who can be leveraged for marketing and endorsements beyond the film itself. This means brands can partner with the actors, not just the characters, for promotions, creating additional revenue streams. In contrast, animated films rely heavily on manual animation and costly production processes for merchandising and marketing, limiting their financial potential. The cost and time required to produce even a short animated clip can be prohibitively expensive. As a result, the financial gains from a live-action film can far surpass those of an animated film, making it more attractive to investors and studios. This financial disparity may influence the Academy's voting decisions, with live-action films being seen as more valuable and deserving of the Best Picture award. The perceived higher value of live-action films may lead to a bias against animated films, making it more challenging for them to receive the highest honor in filmmaking. However, apart from catering to adults with the addition of grown-up themes like Nazis and death, the COVID-19 pandemic showcased the resilience of the animation production, which continued to thrive during the early days of COVID-19, whereas production on live-action films and shows had to shut down. Dismissing these movies from the highest Oscar and segregating them with the creation of a different award, especially considering all the labor that went into them during an exceptionally challenging time, is disrespectful. Speaking of the Best Animated Feature Award, there has been lots of debates on whether the award has achieved the goal it was created for 23 years into its existence. The introduction of this category in 2001 arrived at the end of a decade of resurgence and innovation within the genre. The era kicked off with the arrival of The Little Mermaid in 1989, and the release of Toy Story in 1995 proved that computer animation could not only work at feature length, but could produce an industry-changing classic. Oscar decided to create the Best Animated Feature to give animated movies a category of their own, a high-profile award to honor the best the art form had to offer. But just over 2 decades after its creation, it's hard to definitively determine whether it's worked. While the category has acknowledged many exceptional animated movies, the winners have predominantly been high-profile Hollywood productions, mainly from Disney and Pixar. Reports that voters choose the winner based on their kids' preferences haven't helped much either. Indeed, the award usually goes to kid-friendly movies like Frozen or Big Hero 6, which may perpetuate the stereotype that animation is only a movie for kids to enjoy. The Best Animated Feature, while intended to elevate animation status, has placed limits on that elevation by curtaining off animated features and awarding the usual suspects year after year. In essence, the creation of a separate category for animated films has made it unlikely for them to win Best Picture. Until the industry and the Academy fully acknowledge animation as an equal and valuable art form, on par with live-action films, the chances of an animated movie winning Best Picture remain slim. Do you think animated movies can win Best Picture at the Oscars? Let us know your opinion in the comments section. Thanks for watching this video. See you in the next one.